All right, good morning. Welcome back to my stream. Let me see if I can figure out how to pop open my chat window again. And there we go. All right, let me switch over to my main screen. So where we left off last time. Oh yeah, we were fixing bugs in the locks bytecode thing. But now, today, we're going to try to finish. Where is it? Oh, no, it was over here. That's right. We're going to try to finish this thing with syntax highlighting. What else is in here besides syntax highlighting? I guess there's no index for the things that are in here, but we have syntax highlighting. What else do we have? Is that it? Is that the only thing? All right. Well, I mean, that should be enough. That should be enough to get us going, I hope. All right. Let's dive in. Okay, hit status. We are up to date with main. Let's take a look at my last pushes. Yeah, so we finished being able to search in the text. So if I run cargo run, and we had a test file called T, right? And we're able to move around. We're able to use Control F to search for. Oh, there's no. It doesn't give us a failing. That's another thing. It would be nice to see. And then we can use, after we find something, we can use the arrow keys to search next, and we can search previous. That's pretty neat. And then Control Q to quit. Oh no, you have to escape out of this thing first, and then Control Q to quit. Okay. All right, I think we're there. Let's take a look at what. No, not that. This. All right, syntax highlighting. Let's start by just getting some color on the screen as simple as possible. We'll attempt to highlight numbers by coloring each digit character red. So in editor draw rows. Oops. Oh, we're in the wrong. Here we go. Draw rows. Oh, that's part of the screen code. Right, okay, so let's go over to screen. One sec. Sorry, distracted by a text. Okay, screen, yeah. In screen we have draw rows. And now we're doing this code here. If len is less than 0, oh. This looks slightly different. Right, this is the part where we put the welcome message, and we have all the tildes. But I'm looking here, it says len is equal to erow file size minus call off. And I have this render len. When did I... So I must have changed things up a little bit, right? We can't just print out now. I think all this stuff stays the same, right? And all we're doing is grabbing the render from start to end, but instead of printing the whole thing out in one fell swoop, we have to go character by character and say whether or not we're going to make it red or not. So let's take a look in cross term. Didn't I have a cross term? Yeah. And see how we can print colors. What? Okay, let's take a look. Is there there's a reset color. There's set colors. Here we go. A command that optionally sets the foreground and or background colors. And or. Commands must be executed /q for execution, otherwise they do nothing. All right. So I think we still have to loop over each character, right? So we'll say for C in rows file row dot render start dot end. I think we can do that. Why is that not? Oh, do I have to say iter? Now it's unknown. Really? I'm just confused by this. It's not letting me put the close bracket back here. Let's just keep trying it. Self, standard out. Oh, we have to check to see, right? We're looking to see if it's a digit. If C is digit, then we'll say self standard out q, and now this is where we have to do the set color thing, right? But this is saying set colors, so setting the foreground and background color at the same time. Is there a way we could just set the foreground color to red and ignore the background? Let's keep going backwards here and see. Oh yeah, we can say set foreground color. Okay. So we can just do that. Set foreground color, red. Then, question mark, dot, print, C, right? And then there was a turn it off. Question mark, dot, oh, we have to queue it. And then Q, set foreground color 39. Did we talk about that? Is that just a reset? Reset it to the default color using 39. Okay, so we can do that. Does it have a color default? It does not. Oh, reset. Variance is a reset. Where is that? Oh, there it is, right at the top. I missed it. Okay, so we can just say set foreground color. Color. Reset. else, we're just going to queue. Actually, we'd copy those 2 lines and then just get rid of this thing. Right? Otherwise, we just print out the character by itself. Oh, I need to do this part here. Right? I got to move and then print. Okay. I think that's that. We can no longer just feed the substring of render that we want to print right through the AB append. We have to do it character by character from now on. So we loop through the characters and use isDigits on each one to test if it's a digit character. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the char that I was expecting. It says stir as into iter. Oh, it seems to have taken it. All right. But we don't have set foreground color. We can add that. Set foreground color. And still doesn't have that. And okay, here we go. Doesn't have a size known at compile time. Oh. We were able to print it. By doing a toString. Oh, okay. So maybe we can just do toString chars. Expected digit, right? We take the radix on this, right? Yeah. So if it's a decimal digit is what we're checking for here. Okay. All right. Let's see if that gives us colored numbers. Look at that. The 3 is in color. Now there's no page. Oh, there is page down. That's right. U16. It should check to see if it's on a boundary. But we are seeing red numbers. There's a 20. There's a 0. Okay. So this is working neat. It's a shame we have to turn it on and off for each character, though. We use isDigit to test if it's a digit character. If it is, we precede it with the red escape sequence and followed by the reset escape sequence. We previously used the M command, that's this here, to draw the status bar using inverted colors. That's right. When we draw the status bar, we invert the colors here. And then I reset. But this is always black and white. It's not inverted. Is there an invert? Black? No. And we could set specific ANSI values. Or an RGB, which might work. Oh, you know what would be neat? Because we redraw this on every character thing. We could change the color every keystroke. That would get annoying fast, wouldn't it? Amanda says U16 looks good. Yeah, like this. It'd be nice if we could see that. Oh, we're starting a word boundary. We would have to do that to tech. Maybe we'll get to that. Maybe that's going to be part of this. Let's find out. The VT100 user guide doesn't document colors, so let's turn to a Wikipedia article on the ANSI escape sequences. A large table containing all the different argument codes you could use with M on various terminals. And I think we had that here, right? Here's the M escape sequence. There's no way to search for it, right? Unless we knew its name. I guess if I could do like a regexp thing, I could search for escape followed by a space, followed by any number of characters followed by space M. Let's see if I can find space M. No, that's obviously not going to work. There's no way to, it's no reverse search, right? We can see all the things. If you want to do X, then this is the escape sequence. Oh, those are, this movement. Yeah, we're not going to find it, are we? Is there an index at the top? You go away. I'm not seeing anything here. Ooh, neat graphics characters. Okay. Yeah, so, and this is where we were before. So these are the control sequence. Cursor forward, cursor backwards, up, down, device attributes. Oh, graphics option. Screen alignment display, auto wrap mode. Oh, LEDs. Okay, you can blink some LEDs on the display. Here's the terminal parameters. Top and bottom margins. Confidence test. Boris Johnson just went through that. Horizontal and vertical position index. Next line, reverse index. Reset to initial state, reset mode. There's different character sets. There's 5 different character sets. United Kingdom set, ASCII set, special graphics, alternate character ROM for standard, and alternate character ROM for special graphics. Okay, select graphic rendition. So this is the M, right? And what we're talking about here, is escape, open bracket, and then a number, and then M. And what would that do? That would be like one of these PS things here. All the following characters transmitted to the VT100 are rendered according to the parameters until the next occurrence of SGR format effector. All right, all other parameter values are ignored. So this doesn't have the color codes. Oh, that's what they were saying. This doesn't have the color code, so we have to look at the ANSI escape sequences. Okay. Color. Colors. Whoa. Okay. Oh, and then we have bright versions of the colors. All right. The first table says we can set the text color using codes 30 to 37 and reset it to the default color using 39. Color table says 0 is black, 1 is red, and so on up to 7, which is white. Putting these together, we can set the text color to red using 31 as an argument to the M command. After printing the digit, we use 39 as an argument to M to set the text color back to normal. Now we're going to refactor it after we did all that. Now we know how to color text, but we're going to have to do a lot more work to actually highlight entire strings, keywords, comments, and so on. We can't just decide what color to use based on the class of each character like we're doing with digits currently. What we want to do is figure out the highlighting for each row of text before we display it, and then re-highlight a line whenever it gets changed. Okay, to do that we need to store the highlighting of each line in an array. Let's add an array to the eRow struct named HL, which stands for highlight. Okay, so that would go in the row. Right now we have chars, we have render, and then we're going to say highlight. And what is it going to be? Unsigned char. So it's another string maybe? Meaning integers in the range of 0 to 255. Each value in the array will correspond to a character in render, and will tell you whether that character is part of a string or a comment or a number, and so on. Let's create an enum containing the possible values that HL array can contain. Oh! Alright, so it's an enum. Enum, highlight, normal, or number. We don't care about the values. And this is just going to be a vec of highlight things. Looks like. For now, we'll focus on highlighting numbers only. So we'll want every character that's part of a number to have a corresponding HL number value in the HL array, and we want every other value in HL to be HL normal. So we have this function now that we're going to make called update syntax. And we're going to check the render and set HL based on the render. Okay. we do have render row. I wonder if update syntax is going to be called after render row, and I don't know if it's going to be public or not, but let's find out. Let's make it private for now. And it doesn't return anything. And all we're going to do is loop over each character and determine whether or not it's number. Oh, I see. What they're doing is setting them all to normal. And then setting the ones that are numbers to numbers. Okay, so we can do that, right? We can say self.hl is equal to, can we do this? Vec, bang, highlight, normal, of size, self, render, len. Can we do that? Nope. Oops, we're missing HL. HL, vec, new. And we can't do that. String clone is not implemented for highlight. Oh, okay. Sure, let's copy clone these guys. This doesn't need to be public, right? Ooh, maybe it does, because we're gonna... Sure, let's make them both public, because I think render row is, or draw rows in screen is going to need access to it. Okay, so this works, and then all we need to do is loop over each of the vendor characters for C in self render chars. If if C equals, C is digit 10. Self HL, we have to enumerate this because we need the index that we're at for indexing into here. Self I is equal to highlight number. Right? That's all we need to do. Yeah, that works. Okay. First, we reallocate the need to memory. We use mset to set them all to normal, and then we loop through all the characters and set them to HL number. Don't worry, we'll implement a better way of recognizing numbers soon enough, but right now we are focusing on refactoring. Now let's actually call editor update syntax, and that's going to get called whenever we call update row, which is I call render row. Self update. Oh, I can't do it that way. All right, I'm going to refactor render row now. We're going to do string new here. We're going to do this. We're going to say let result is equal to this, and then we're going to say mute result, right? And then we're going to say result render row, and then return result. All right, that refactors that, so we can pass it in as this is going to be a member function rather than an associated function, and we can say mute self. And we don't need chars here because we get it through self. And then instead of returning it, we're going to say self render equals render. All right, now we don't have to return it. Right, and then after that, we're going to call, now that we've refactored that, let's see if that works. What did I break? Semicolon. Oh, right, and every place we call this, we no longer need to call it this way. We can just say self render row. A lot of places we call it, huh? Okay, so that, yep, okay, so now we're back to compiling, and now we just need to call it. I think the warnings are we're not using those, right? So if I just say after rendering, self update syntax, that fits. Because I typoed it. Okay, there we go. And now we're back to 0 warning. So right now, oh, we haven't changed anything yet that's visible to the user. All right. So this is done. This part's done. We call update syntax every time we render it. This looks different. Oh, because we don't have to worry about malloking, but okay. Editor update row already has the job of updating the render array whenever the text of the row changes, so it makes sense that that's where we want to update the HL array. So after updating the render, we'll call editor update syntax at the end. Now let's make editor syntax to color function that maps values in HL to an actual ANSI color codes we want to draw them with. Oh, okay. So maybe we don't need to make this pub. I wonder if we can get away without that. Right, because all we're going to do is call syntax to color on each. Oh. Where is that going to be? That's still part of the syntax highlighting bit. And this would be impl highlight pub fun syntax to color. And it's going to return, and oh, it has to return a color, right? Because we're using the screen, oops, right? So we're going to have to throw in here, use cross term style. STYLE color. And now we're going to just say self here, match self, and if it is highlight normal, oh, okay, we're forcing it to be 37. That's interesting. And 37, I think, is white, right? Oop, what's over here? Yeah, so we're forcing it to be white. All right, I guess we have to get away from the idea that we're going to allow the user to set the colors, the default colors. All right, so if it's a number, we return 31. Sorry, if it's normal, we return white. If it's a number, we're going to color red. All right, so that's the syntax to color. And we can just grab that directly from the highlight itself. We return the ANSI code for foreground red for numbers and foreground white for anything else that might slip through. We'll be handling HL normal separately, so editor syntax to color doesn't need to handle it. Okay, now let's finally draw the highlighted text to screen. So here we are, back in editor draw rows. All right, so let's see if this works. Why doesn't that work? Oh, use is not supported in traits or impl. I could put it here though, right? Oh, color. Oh, okay, so I do have to put it up here. Let's put it up here. There. And the warning is just, we're not using it yet. Okay, so in here, back in this loop, we're going to get the HL for our current column, which is start, right? And then we're going to loop through it. If it's a normal, then we're going to append the reset. Oh, okay. I see. That's what they meant. We're just returning reset. Okay, and then else we're going to grab the color and append it, and then we're going to do a general reset here. I see. So now we're changing it, so we're actually going to, before each character, we're either going to do a reset followed by the color, or we're going to do a red followed by the color. Okay. So is there a better way to do this? Because we want to index into HL the same way we're indexing into render. Can I say let HL iter equal to rows file row HL start to end iter? Can I do that? Didn't complain. And then we'll have to do a next on each one. So if it's normal, we do this. Otherwise, we do a syntax to color on it. So let current, I guess just HL is HL iter next. If HL is highlight normal, then we're going to do a reset followed by a print of the character. Right, self standard out, Q this, else we're going to get the color, HL dot syntax to color, right, and then we're going to standard out set foreground color to color, and then reset. Oh, and then we have to do HL next on it. That goes away, and then HL equals HL iter next. Expected enum option. Oh, I guess we need to unwrap these, right? We're going to assume that we have the correct length in there. No? Oh. No? Do we do it this way then? Oh, we have to add partial EQ? Yeah. We still have 2 errors. Oh, this has to be mutable. Okay. Yeah, all right. So now we've made a change. Let's see if this change actually does anything. Whoops. It died without me seeing what the death was. Option unwrap on a none value. So this wasn't able to... So that means we never generated the HL. The highlight, which is weird, right? Every time we add a row, we call render row, and then we call results. Render row, and then render row calls update syntax, which generates the HL array. Okay. If I say cargo run with no arguments, it doesn't die. Oh, it just died. If I type any character, it dies. Probably with the same bug, right? So where is this failing? What was the error? It just says option unwrap on a none value. Oh, the last one is not going to be unwrappable, right? Is that the... I think that's the bug. So maybe we just do it this way. And we only look at it here? That's awkward. Let highlight equals HL unwrap. Like that, and then we could just say highlight. Let's see if that was the bug. How do I get out of this examine thing? Oops, quit. There. Okay, so that was the problem. All right, so now we're seeing it. Diablo, hello. Oh, Raphael, thank you for the raid. How's your Jai thing coming along? I haven't caught one of your streams in a while. I apologize for that. Yeah, so this is working again now. We're seeing the red numbers, although we still don't have the issue. We still have the issue of the borders, but that's all right. Okay. Given that, so this is working now, and it's let's see, we got to step 148. So let's commit those changes. Oops, Control Q. Had an interesting debugging session. Yeah, hopefully they all go smoothly. STTY, there we go. So ls-l, there we go. Tiny gains one step at a time. That's the essence of software engineering. Okay. So git log. We did 141. So we just finished step 148. Wow, we did a bunch of steps. Git add source. Git commit -m. Sebastinas, thank you for the follow. 142 steps. 142 to 148. Syntax highlighting. Actually, it's the beginning of syntax highlighting, right? Because we still have a ways to go. Norflin, 555, thank you for the follow. All right, so those are those. We have syntax highlighting, and we understand how it works. This works, but do we really have to write out an escape sequence before every single character? In practice, most characters are going to be the same color as the previous character, so most of escape sequences are redundant. Let's keep track of the current text color as we loop through the characters and only print out an escape sequence when the color changes. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. All right, this is a little awkward. I think we can change this to rows, file row, HL, start to end, iter, next, like that. And eliminate that extra line. Nope. I guess. Oh, there's. What am I missing here? We get the iterator. Yeah. Okay. I guess we leave it like this. Now we're going to set the current color, whatever the current color is. I guess we're going to create a normal or a reset. Let's call it reset. Let current color. This color reset. Right, and that's what we'll use to determine. So then if it's normal, And if the current color is not equal to reset, then we're going to do these guys here and then set the current color reset. Otherwise, we come down here, we get syntax to color. If color is not equal, is not equal to current color, then we're going to do this. And we're not going to reset then, right? We're just going to do the set. Oh, we don't even want to do that. We just want to do this, right? Set the foreground color, current color equals color, and then we'll do self standard out dot q, and then we don't do the reset. Yeah. So that's pretty straightforward, right? We're just keeping track of what the current color is, and if it changes, then we want to change it and remember what it changed to. So let's see if this works. This should have no visible effect, and of course it does. Now we're not rendering anything except numbers. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, this thing here. We don't want to print. We just want to handle the colors. We want to actually print every character. That's what I did wrong. So quit. Try again. There we go. Okay, now it's working. Yeah. Okay, and I think this is more efficient because we only print out one reset here and then we don't put any other escape sequences there. Okay, much better. Current color is -1, or reset in our case when we want the default color. Otherwise, it's set to the value from syntax to color. That concludes our refactoring of the syntax highlighting system. Okay. I think that's a reference to the emergency broadcasting system. Okay, I don't need to save that. Or I don't need to make that a separate commit. Colorful search results. Before we start highlighting strings and keywords and all that, let's use our highlighting system to highlight search results. We'll start by adding an HL match to the editor highlight enum and mapping it to the color blue in editor syntax to color. Okay, so if we go to row, we can add a new thing called match. And then match is going to get blue. Blue. There we go. Right, so those are those. So now all we have to do is memset the matched substring to HL match in our search code. Oh. That's fun. Okay, so that's going to require a new interface to the row, I think. Because right now in our editor, in our find callback, which is here, after we've found some, match minus row render. Okay, so we can see here we're calling editor row rx to cx of the given row of match minus row render. And so that's m.0 is our match minus row render. So what we want to do now is, before we do the break, is we want to say self rows current match. Ooh, I don't want to call it match. Highlight match m.0 and then the length of the match, which is the current length of the query.length. Right, and now we'll have to add a new function here, pub fun highlight match itself, and that's just going to loop through. Oh, yeah, we don't have code to do that elsewhere. We're just going to do a memset. And it's going to be start, usize, end, usize. Oh, len, usize. For C in self highlight iter. Oh no. Start to start plus len iter. Iter mute. Is that what we have to do? Yeah, and then we can just say C is equal to, or star C is equal to highlight match. Does that work? It only blew up a little bit. What's the explosion here? Oh, we're immutably borrowing the thing here, so we can't change it here. All right, so the way to fix that I guess what we can do is strip it out here. We can, oh no, M is the current match index. Does that mean we can pull it out this way? Can we say let M equals all of this? Not that. There. And then say if let some M equals M. No, because M is still an immutable reference directly into the thing. So can we drop it? Can we say let start is equal to M dot 0? Actually, we can do that here, right? And then can we say drop M? And then just replace this with start. And this would start. Oops. Yeah, okay, we can do that. I wonder if we can still keep this then. Can we still put this as part of the if? Is what I'm asking. Like this. Will that work? Oh, I left this let M equals up there. Yeah, okay, that works. That works perfectly. I wish I had known that before. Sandbox, thank you for the follow. Thank you. All right, so let's see if this works. So now we should be able to do a search. And I guess I'll just look for the word refresh screen here, maybe. Control F, R-E-F. Look at that, it's blue. R-E-S-H. And I can go down, down, up, up. And it leaves the found things all blue. Oh, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Let me try something else though. Oh, there we go. Quit. If I search for cross term, right? If I say Control F, C-R-O-S-S. So it's leaving, this isn't blue yet, but it's leaving. If I say down arrow, it's going to find that. If I say up arrow, it's going to find the previous, but it's going to leave the match, oops, the blue still on that line. I wonder if that's a bug, or if that's a bug in my code, or that's something that we're going to address later. It'd be nice to have them all just blue everywhere, right? Wherever it is on the screen. Right? That's neat. It's showing up the match in blue. Restore syntax highlighting. There we go. After search. Currently, search results stay highlighted in blue even after the user is done using the search feature. We want to restore HL to its previous value after each search. To do that, we'll save the original contents of HL in a static variable named SaveHL in an editor-defined callback, and restore HL to the contents of saved HL at the top of the callback. That sounds terrible. That sounds like a terrible idea. Why would you want to statically store it in the callback? Because once you're done doing the search, you're going to want to restore this guy. Wait, where does it get freed? Oh, up here. I see. Right at the beginning. And that's the other problem, right? If we search for a number right now, right? If I say Control F3, this 3 is now blue, and it's always going to stay blue. And even if we do wait a minute. I don't know if we want to do it this way, right? Because how are we going to restore it? This is restoring the, for each time we find a new find, we'll restore it, restore the previous one, and then let's update the current one. Okay. I must say search for U16 semicolon. Yeah. And then, oh, that's interesting. Why is this all blue? There's a bug. It looks like it just kept going. Okay, let me try that again. Control F, U16 semicolon. Huh. I wonder if it's because we hit the end of the line. Will that work for anyone? If I say, what if I say space 1 comma? Space, oops, I gotta search. Control F, space 1 comma. Oh, I bet you this is a bug in the draw thing. Okay, because it looks like we hit 0 and then on the beginning of the next line, we didn't reset the color. Let's take a look at draw screen again. Oops. It's assuming the color is reset at the end of the line. I see. Is that a bug I introduced? Did I put the beginning color in the wrong spot? No? Okay. Oh, it does do a reset at the end of the line here. I didn't do that part. I guess I can add that in. Right? I can just throw that here. After we draw the line, we just reset the color. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. It was U16, Control F, U16 semicolon. Yeah, okay, that was the bug. All right, that was simple enough to fix. Okay, so we're trying to figure out the best way to do this because I don't want to statically store any data inside our find callback. Right, here's our find callback. We could just copy the highlighted line into our editor struct and then restore it. But that seems awful. Saved HL line. Oh, it saves the HL line too. So I guess, highlight match could do all the work for us by it could archive, right, the highlight before we do the match and then restore it, but we'd have to tell that particular row to restore its highlight. And then at the end of the search, when we exit the search, we want to undo the right, and this is the undo part. Okay, so we can save that, right? We can just say, we can create a new method that up here in our editor, we're going to say saved highlight. And it's going to be option use as, I guess. And then here we're going to say if let sum saved HL is equal to self saved HL, then we're going to say self rows saved HL dot reset highlight. Right, we'll restore it that way. And then we'll say saved HL equals none. Right, so that takes care of that side of it. I'll have to write reset highlight, but that should be easy. And then down here, we'll just say self saved HL is equal to current. I bet you they do that. Yep, right there. Okay. And now in rows, we're going to create a pub fun reset. It should be called reset match, right? Highlight match and reset match. Mut self. We don't care about the rest of it, because what we're going to do is we're going to just store this. We're going to say self.saved highlight equals self.hl.clone. And then reset is going to just do self hl equals self saved highlight. Self saved highlight. Clear? And then saved highlight is just going to be saved highlight. And that does not need to be pub. All right, let's see what blows up. We don't have that. What else fails? Here we don't have the saved row. Saved HL is going to be none. Reset highlight is now reset match. Saved HL self, saved HL is none. Saved HL is some current. Okay. Still one more error. Well, we can't do this. To move because this has a type of that which doesn't. See, what all I want to do is replace. Oh, maybe there's a replace with in vec. Can I replace one vec with another? Or I can just do from. Rust replace vec with another. Let's see if there's an easy way. Vector with another. No. I guess I could mem copy it. I don't want to do that though. Mem replace? No. Okay. Maybe I can just yeah, here. Maybe can I just do clone here too? And then clear the other one. That's a little sloppy. But it works. Remember, in Rust, the way you get out of problems is you clone everything. So let's quit out of this and then try running this, and it should now do the reset. So Control F for refresh, And if I go down arrow, up arrow. Yeah, so now it's the blue is only on the one that we're finding. Right? If I escape, and I can say Control F render. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I think that's working well. Escape. If I say Control F path, I can do that. Oh, it didn't reset here. This should have reset because I hit enter. Okay, let's take a look at that bug. In find callback, I hit enter and I did this. So this should have reset the previous search before quitting out of the search function altogether. Right? Here's the find. So we called this, and now we're in this code here. If we hit enter or escape, we reset last match to none, and we set direction to 0. Sorry, direction to 4. Wait, how do we exit? This is calling the find callback. Where we get the key code. Let's see where we do this. Prompt key. Business here. Prompt key, enter. That's key code, enter. Here's the prompt. Okay, so we're in the prompt. And if we get an enter and there's a callback, we'll call back with the enter key. Yeah, so we are going into the find with the enter key. Then why isn't this getting reset? Because this, after I hit enter, this should no longer be blue. If I scroll it off the screen, will it retain its blueness? Yeah, so that highlight is not getting cleared, even though it looks like it's being cleared here. Okay, maybe there's something else I missed. Oh, I wonder if it's because it's archiving it each time. No, we do a reset first, and then we come back, we come in here and do a highlight. So that happens every single time. So before we highlight anything, everything else should have been reset. Okay. So we definitely have a bug that we need to solve. It's impossible for the user to edit the file between saving and restoring the HL, so we can safely use the saved HL line as an index into eRow. It's important to think about these things. Right. Yeah, and you can't change the text while you're in the middle of a find. Okay. I wish there was some way I could output information that would maybe I can. Maybe I can. We're in the middle of a prompt, but I can set the status line, right? What happens if I do that in the middle? Self set status message, and it's just going to be format, bang, clearing, highlight, online, save, HL. Can I do that? will it show up? Hopefully. Oh, but it might get overwritten by this stuff. Okay, let's find out. Control F. P-A-T-H. Yeah, we're not seeing the reset. Which means maybe I can just comment out. Oh, I was looking for the other message. I don't want this one. I want the 526 lines one. So where's that shown? And then we can use that to determine here, this thing here, the draw status bar is what I was so if I can comment this out here, and then I can put it in right, that eliminates that, but now I can call it in my find callback. Draw. Oh, I forgot what it was called already. That was quick. Draw status bar. Magus, thank you for the follow. And this takes 2 strings, right? Oh, it takes a len, and then no, it takes another format, and then self status message. So it takes 3 things. I'll just put these 2 here, like this. Oh, doesn't like that. Method not found in editor. Oh, self screen. Okay, so let's see what that messes up. Cargo run T. Ooh, it doesn't like it at all. Control F. Oh yeah, none of this is working right. Okay, so obviously I can't do this. P-A-T-H. It didn't like whatever I did. Okay. So that doesn't, I was hoping to be able to get some, debugging output on the screen, because I don't understand why our path is not, the blue should be going away after we hit enter. All right, so we hit enter. It calls the find callback. It should clear the previous highlight and then come through here. Oh, and then it re-highlights it. I bet you that's what's happening. We're re-highlighting it. So if we get this, we should just return on enter or escape. How do we leave the cursor? How do we reset the cursor X and Y when we hit escape? How does that happen? Right, because that should be part of this whole thing. We have this, yeah. So we have the prompt here. Refresh the screen. If we get an escape, we still call the callback. Oh, and then we're returning either some buff or none. Oops. And this is in our prompt code. So if the prompt returns a string, then we know to reset. If it doesn't, then we know to not reset. Right, so that's here. Okay, so we can just put a return here. And that should reset things for us. Right, if I do this and I say Control F path, and now it clears it. Is there any other bug that might be related to that? If I say now cross and I hit escape, no, it goes back to path. Okay, so yeah, I think that was the bug. All right, that took longer than it should have. We did colorful numbers. Oh wait. Yeah, okay, so we did all that, and now we're going to do colorful numbers. So, all right, let's start working on highlighting numbers properly. First, we'll change our for loop to a while loop to allow us to consume multiple characters in each iteration. We'll only consume one character at a time for numbers, but this will be useful for later. Okay, I think right now, what do we have for update syntax would be in the row code. Yeah, we're using a for loop to get one character at a time, but it looks like we're going to want to be able to get multiple characters at a time. So maybe the way we do this is say let row iter is this, and then we can say while let some IC in row iter. Ooh, that also might not work, because if the idea is we want to be able to call row iter in here to get the next pair. Oh, this would be equals. Nope. Oh, okay. I think it's just next. Yeah, it's just next. Okay. Teki-chan, 21. Hi. How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Okay, so now we're going to define a separator function that takes a character and returns true if it's considered a separated character. Okay. Whoa, so if it's a space, or it's a null, or it's any one of these guys, then it's a separator. Okay. How do we do this? Is there a way I can just make a new trait on char? Can I say trait separator, and then takes fn is separator, cchar returns bool, right? And then I can say impl separator for, oh, I guess char. Can I do that? Oops. And then just say fn is separator cchar bool. And will this allow me to do if C is separator? Let's find out. Match C space. I guess we can just say matches bang. C of space or comma or dot. I don't want to put them all in if this isn't going to work, so I'll just put those three for now. That builds. Can I now say else if C is separator? Oh, you don't want to do it like this. This is dumb. So. Oops. Nope. Oh, I forgot that. Ooh, wow. Can I do that? That's pretty neat. I guess I can add the rest of these guys, right? Open, close, plus, minus. And then we can just say this or this for each one. And then file close quote there. Why did I have to put a comma? Oh, this needs an or. There we go. So if it's any one of these, I don't like the way this formats. That's weird. We got the space on this side, and then all the other ones are on that side. But what do we do if it's a char? Prev sep equals 1. If it's a digit, okay, let's read what the text says. Let's define an is separator function that takes a character and returns true if it's considered a separator character. Okay. So I kind of did that here. I'm leaving off null because we're never going to get a null in the Rust code anyway. Stir-char comes from string. Yeah, so all stir-char is doing is saying if C is any one of these guys. That's all it's saying. Right now, numbers are highlighted even if they're part of an identifier such as the 32 and int32t. To fix that, we'll require that the numbers are preceded by a separator character, which includes a white space or punctuation characters. We'll also include the null byte because then we can count the null byte at the end of each line as a separator. Oh, interesting, which will make some of our code simpler in the future. All right, I will worry about that when that time comes. Let's add a prev sep variable to editor update syntax to keep track of whether the previous character was a separator, and let's use it to recognize highlight numbers properly. So I'm going to just use a bool instead of an integer. So we can just say let prev sep equals false. We will iterate over these guys. Okay, so we get the character, that's C. Prev highlight is equal to I is greater than 0, question mark. Row HL I minus 1 is HL normal. So it's just looking at the previous value and seeing is it a normal thing. Okay. Can we just save the previous highlight? Let prev, I guess we can just do it this way. If is equal to if I is greater than 0, self HL I minus 1, else highlight normal. Right? And that builds. Okay, so now if it's a digit and the previous one was a separator, or got to put this like this for precedence, or the previous highlight is highlight number, then we're going to replace the current one with number. Increment I, and then clear the previous separator. Oh, and then continue. So we don't need to increment I here yet. All right, we can just say prev sep equals false, and then continue. And that will automatically increment I. And this just prev sep is equal to C is separator, and then we loop. And that fails because I forgot an equal sign. Okay. So let's see now if the U32s are highlighted. Page down. They shouldn't be. Or U16s. I have U16s, right? If I say Control F, U16. Yeah, they're not red. The 16s are not red. If I hit enter, it puts me there. Perfect. All right, so that's working. That's checking the boundaries. Patatas, hello. Thanks for swinging by. So we initialize prev sep to 1, meaning true, because we consider the beginning of a line to be a separator. Oh, so I got that backwards. Otherwise, numbers at the very beginning of the line wouldn't be highlighted. Prev HL is set to the highlight type of the previous character. To highlight a digit with HL number, we now require the previous character to be either a separator or also highlighted with HL number. When we decide to highlight the current character a certain way, we increment I to consume that character. So set prev sep to 0, false, to indicate we're in the middle of highlighting something, and then continue the loop. We will use this pattern for each thing that we highlight. If we end up not highlighting the current character, we'll end up at the bottom of the while loop where we set prev sep according to whether the current character is a separator, and we increment I to consume the character. Okay. Now let's support highlighting numbers that contain decimal points. Ooh. Okay. So it's saying is digit and all of this or this. So now we need brackets around there, or C is equal to dot n prev HL equals HL number. Oh, it puts the or there. Oh, highlight number. Okay, we don't have any decimal points in our thing, but what I can type one here. 123.456. Oh yeah, that was the previous bug thing. If I put a space here, it should. So now the decimal point is not red, but this will add the decimal point to the red. So let's try that. 123.456. Yeah, and now that means we can do this, and that's no longer a number. But okay, I'm not going to worry about that. A dot character that comes after a character that we just highlighted as a number will now be considered part of that number. Detect file type. Okay, so I think we're at the stage where we can, oops, I don't want to do any of that. I wonder if I should make this, put this in a separate file, or is this okay the way it is? And the highlight stuff likewise. Do we need, oops, screen. Do we use highlight? We do here. That's the only place. So I'm just thinking in terms of visibility. If I make that none, then I should be able to say highlight is normal here, right? Because that's the only place that gets used. Ooh. I wonder if we should generate an iterator for this. Because is this the... Yeah, that's the only place this gets used, right? Yeah. So let me make an iterator for this in row. What we can do is say highlight. There's highlight match, reset match, iter highlight. Moot self, start, use size, and use size. And it's going to return a something. And I don't know what that something is. Self, rows, file row, HL, start to end, iter. And we're going to find out, Wesley's going to tell us what we're supposed to return. Oops. Self, HL. There. Expected nothing. Found standard slice iter. Okay. Which has to be imported. Oh, iter t. So this is iter on highlight. And now we just call. Up here we call iter highlight. From start to end. And then we don't have is normal yet, and that's easy to fix. Pub fun is normal. Self bool self equals highlight normal. Right? Oh. Okay. It doesn't like this. Cannot borrow. Rows is mutable as it is behind an ampersand reference. So all of this stuff that I did is being killed by the borrow checker. Can I clone the iter out? Will that break everything? It says consider changing this to be mutable, but I don't want to mutate the rows, right? I could make this change, but I'm not mutating the rows. I'm just getting a mutable iterator. Right, because if I do this, Oh, is it this? Yeah, that was the bug. Okay. No? It's a private type. Highlight is private. Oh, okay. So it still needs to be public. After all that, we still need to make highlight a public type. Yeah, okay. All right. I think, though, this is a cleaner approach. Cargo run T. And it still works. And it still highlights numbers, it looks like. I can still see numbers in red. And if I search for key, yep, and those are still blue. Okay. Okay, so I think everything is still working. Okay, cargo, no, git add source, and we got up to step 156, git log. So we did 148. So git commit -m steps 149 through 156. Refactoring, syntax highlighting. Okay, I think that was a good amount. Oh, okay, let's actually do that over here, shall we? Cargo watch -x clippy. And our first bug is in. Oh, so we can do that more simply here. On 140, we could just say help try for. Oh, this loop could be written as a for loop, right? Because we haven't got to the point where we need it to be a while loop yet. Right? But we will eventually need it to be a for loop, a while loop. Okay, so then here, yeah, we can do that, and then, ooh, self. Usually take a self by reference or no self. Let's fix that. And then drop. Standard mem drop with a value that implements copy. Dropping a copy leaves the original intact. So what should I do then instead? What is it suggesting? If I don't put the drop in here, then we're gonna get a what? I thought we had an issue with borrowing Okay, I guess we don't have that issue anymore. Maybe this fixed it? By copying it, automatically drops it, so we don't need to worry about it? Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Git add source. Git commit. Commit -m. Git push. Okay, and then that is up here. So that's going to be the end of this stream. I can't stream next week. Where is it? Here it is. I can't stream next week, but I can stream the week after that, hopefully. Yeah, I'm going away next week, so. Oh well. I was hoping to be able to get through this whole chapter, but we only got maybe, what? A third? 2/5 of the way through, and then we're going to work on detect file type next. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, and let's all go head over to Brooke Zerker. Let me turn off my music here, and so I can pull him up on the thing. Tofflots, thank you for the follow, and let us all go raid Brooke. Oh, where is he? He's not on my list here. There he is. Okay. Yeah, let's all go read Brooke. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time. I enjoyed this stream, and I will see you. Well, have a fantastic weekend and next week, everyone. And I will see you in a week and a half for my next stream. All right, take care.